Now, y'all know I'm an Iowa girl through and through. I was born and raised in Iowa. I grew up there. I actually worked on cornfields in the summers growing up. I'm a meat and potatoes girl, even though corn was our vegetable. But yes, a meat and potatoes girl. I love a good steak. Oh my, a burger? I always say I'm the cheapest date ever because like a really good burger and fries is really all I need to be happy. And guys, those things are still true. And that's why me making this video is almost a little surprising to me. If you had told me a few years ago that I'd be making a video about why I'm going plant-based, whatever, I've been like, plant who? Plant what? Because I love meat, oh, bacon, all of it. So let me tell you why I'm adopting a plant-based diet, and also what the benefits of a plant-based diet are, because there really are a lot, guys. I'm Dr. Jen Caudle, practicing family physician, on-air health expert, and video creator. Drop me a comment down below. Let me know, first of all, are you plant-based? Tell me what you do, what you don't do, what you're open to, what you're not. Because again, I come to you not only in love, but in openness, that this is actually a surprise for me. All right, so let's talk about what plant-based is. When we say plant-based, now depending on the source you read, you might find different things. Some people say a plant-based diet is a diet that contains no meat at all, which by the way is not what I'm doing. And then there are many other sources that say a plant-based diet is a diet that has minimal meat, which is what I'm doing. So I'm going to focus on the minimal meat option in terms of what I'm doing, but the benefits are really applying to both types of plant-based diets, if you will, okay? So basically, you're like, well, what do I eat on a plant-based diet? Well, the good thing is it's going to be pretty simple because the plant-based diet that I'm sort of following, which is minimal meat, is just that, minimal meat. So what does that mean for me? It means that, 2/3 of my plate is veggies and vegetables and fruits and, whole grains and stuff like that. And then maybe a third is lean protein, if that at all, like chicken or fish. Now, what that also means for me, to be honest with you, is I'm actually going meatless on certain days. I'm trying not to eat meat every day. That's something I'm trying to do. And when I do eat meat, I eat smaller quantities than I used to. And I'm also minimizing my red meat. So that's sort of how I'm doing it. But guys, generally, that's what plant-based means to some degree. Now, there's varying, sort of different options. Again, some people do no meat. But let's talk about the benefits. And by the way, some of the foods you can eat, okay? Fruits, no brainer, right? You got that. Veggies, no brainer. Root vegetables, love root vegetables because they fill me up. That's potatoes, that's sweet potatoes, that's beets, things like that. Butternut squash, yum. Also legumes. You say, what's a legume? Things like chickpeas, lentils, kidney beans, black beans, peas as well. I love peas. Also, seeds. Don't forget seeds. So like pumpkin seeds, chia seeds, flax seeds. There's also nuts, pistachios, almonds, peanuts, cashews. Healthy fats. That includes things like avocados, olive oil. Healthy oils, healthy fats, and then also whole grains, okay? So rather than the white rice, we're doing things like brown rice, quinoa. Quinoa, yeah, it's kind of messy, I think, but quinoa is a great option for any diet, really, but especially for a plant-based diet to give you some variety. Rye, barley, whole grain, bread, etc. So those are some examples of what comes in this diet where you're doing sort of plant-based. And the truth be told is these are options for any diet that you're doing, like any diet or not diet, right? So these are just great food options to include for healthy stuff. All right, so what are the benefits? Because that's what we're talking about. This is what sold me. This is why I'm doing it. Number one, many people who adopt a plant-based diet, studies have shown, are able to keep a healthy weight. Okay, so if one of your goals is a healthier weight, this could be a way to do it for you. Obviously, before you start any diet or anything like that, you want to talk to your doctor, but just keep that in mind. Many people are able to maintain a healthy weight with a plant-based diet. The other thing is lowering risks for diabetes, cholesterol, and high blood pressure. Also improving those indices that fall within those as well. People who adopt plant-based diets tend to do better with things like diabetes, hypertension, hyperlipidemia, okay? Now, once again, I'm not saying this is a one-size-fits-all and that this is everyone, but these dietary changes are healthy changes that's going to positively impact your overall health in these ways. The other thing is risk for heart disease, cardiovascular disease. A plant-based diet can be very beneficial to your risk for cardiovascular disease. That means risk for heart attack and stroke. That's what we want to see, right? The fourth thing is actually adopting a plant-based diet can actually lower your risk for certain cancers. Guys, I've done videos on, remember that video I did on the foods that can increase your risk for cancer? Yeah, there are some foods, certain meats, etc., prepared meats, different types of meats that can increase your risk of certain cancers, etc. So yeah, by adopting a more plant-based diet, you may actually lower that risk of cancer. And the fifth thing, guys, this is something that I really feel strongly about, and as I get older, I am more and more and more committed to, which is trying to protect the environment in whatever small or large ways I can do on an individual level. Now, eating less meat, in particular beef, actually helps the environment. This was something I didn't quite understand when I first heard it. So if this doesn't make sense to you, let me just sort of explain. So beef comes from cows, and basically cows emit methane, which is a powerful greenhouse gas that is not really great for the environment. Okay, so by eating less beef, it lowers the demand for beef and cows, thus less methane and potentially less negative impact on the environment. The other thing is oftentimes we're destroying really important green spaces, pastures, forests, etc., to make room for grazing for cows and other animals that may be providing meat sources for us. So that's also another way that our environment's being negatively impacted. And if you think that it may not be a big deal to, like, if you think that you lowering your meat consumption is not a big deal with regards to the environment, I actually read a statistic and it says that if everyone in the United States cut meat consumption by 25%, it could decrease annual greenhouse gas emissions by 1%. And that could literally help protect our rainforests, people, land, air, all sorts of things. Guys, and by the way, decreasing annual greenhouse emissions by 1% is a big deal, okay? Just know that, even small changes make a big difference. And these are things that all matter to me. I did a video on what I eat in a day. You guys might have seen that, and I'll try to put that in the comments too. When I watched what I ate in a day, I was actually a little bit like, I was honest, but I was also a little bit kind of like, whoa, we need to change our eating patterns. And that's one of the things that prompted me to say, maybe I need to like change this up. So I'm trying to do more fresh foods, veggies, fruits, all the things I mentioned, and less meat. And, I'm okay with it. I really am. So keep in mind, the last thing I'll say about this is just because you're eating less meat does not mean you can, say, eat fried veggies, fattening veggies, or veggies that you're like loading up with butter and cheese and frying, deep frying, right? We don't want that. We also want to avoid processed foods. So it doesn't mean you can eat Twinkies all day just because you're avoiding meat. That's not healthy. It doesn't mean you can eat cakes and cookies all day because you're not eating meat. Or refined white carbs, or salty stuff, potato chips all day. Remember that going plant-based to some degree does not necessarily mean that anything that doesn't include meat is or should be fair game for you, because those things can be harmful as well. So keep that in mind. Guys, I'll do more videos on this. This is an adventure for me, and I hope that this is helpful for you. As a woman growing up in Iowa who loves her meat and potatoes, I also love ribs. I love bacon. I love hamburger. I'm just being honest with you. This is a big deal for me, but for me, and I think for many of my patients, I think this is probably a very healthy and good way to go. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys. I'm Dr. Jen Caudle, practicing family physician, on-air health expert, and video creator. For those of you watching me on Facebook, hello. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and follow my page if you have not. For those of you who send stars, I respond personally. Thank you so much. Consider joining my subscription groups for exclusive content as well. For those of you on YouTube, hi. Please subscribe to my channel. Click the little bell for updates. And for both of you guys, I have a new offering on my website at drjencaudle.com. I offer a daily health tip to your email inbox every single day. There's a 7-day free trial available at drjencaudle.com. Guys, I'm Dr. Jen. Let me know what you think. I'll see you soon. Bye.